Hey guys, John Gordon here with Growing with Gordon, and today's episode is going to go over what is a market analysis. This is a very broad term, and these are very important more in the real estate world, as well as looking for flips, and if you want to dive deeper into other investment opportunities in local markets. So with that, as always, any questions, comments, feel free to send them over. And I'm excited to dive deeper into what a market analysis is, my experience with them, how I do them, and how it's helped me. So, what is a market analysis? A market in general can be a neighborhood, a town, a city, a region, and we all know what analysis is because that's what we do every day. Doing research of a particular point or points, criteria for that. So being a realtor and a real estate agent and an investor, I use market analyses for clients. Let's say a potential seller is interested in selling their home and they're interested in learning more about what the neighborhood is doing around them and what other homes are selling for, so they get a better idea of what their home could potentially sell for. And so with that, I go deeper into similar comparable properties. I ask them specific questions about their home and what updates they've done. Perfect world, I'm able to meet with them in person and walk through the home, and then I can see what they've done, what they haven't done, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, type of home or style, and then I use that to compare it to other properties. And then, as a whole, I want to see what homes are doing in general, different styles, different types, square footage, price points, so I can see what price points are selling versus not selling. For example, you can look at a county as a whole, and in that county you can compare it to other months earlier in the year, or what a lot of realtors do is they compare this month of October to last October to see how it's changed or adjusted by seeing how many homes are currently active, how many are pending, and how many have closed within the month. So then that can give them kind of a projection of how the market is doing. So is the market slowing down? Is it speeding up? Just that information is helpful to talk to clients, to talk to investors, to know kind of, is the market slowing? Is it speeding up? How it shifted? Just because clarity is power. The more knowledge you have, the better position you can be in and have educated conversations. So when doing a market analysis, how has it helped me specifically? So real estate aside, how does it help with investments or flips? Well, there was an analysis I was doing yesterday for a potential flip opportunity in Manassas. We walked through the property, got an idea of what the renovation budget would be, how quickly we could flip it, and the tricky part was looking very specific in one neighborhood versus the next. There was a big price adjustment from the neighborhood we were looking in versus the one right across the street. So the reason why that information was needed was because I didn't want to base the price point off of a home in a different neighborhood. I wanted to base it off of what other homes have sold in the immediate neighborhood, and then from there plug that into our algorithm to determine if it makes sense to go after this house or not. So what ended up happening was, even if the other homes might be a few years newer, were the same square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, even if ours was fully renovated, I still wanted to base it off of the specific neighborhood, because we've made mistakes in the past where we try to compare one style to the next or one house to another neighborhood, and we just don't hit the price point that we're expecting, and it's burned us in the past. So you can I always suggest getting as detailed and specific with your market analysis, and also a 30,000 foot view or level, so then you can see what's happening in the immediate streets or neighborhood, and then what's happening in the region itself. Because we're in October, so as we get closer to the holiday season, the market historically kind of slows down a little bit, so it could be a great opportunity to find flips from people who want to sell. And then you can start the renovation and have it hit in the spring market, which starts in January, February. The goal for the next episode is I want to go into more detail on what's happening in the Northern Virginia market currently in the different counties. And then that way you can see it from a 30,000 foot view of where the market is going, how it's shifted, how it compares to last year, and from that information, interpret what could be happening over the next few months. Now, currently, the government is in a shutdown, so there are always things happening in the market that affects buying and selling and investments. So it's good to always look at that analysis from a 30,000 foot view so you can make the best educated decisions for yourself, for your business, and for your company. So with that, it was quick and I hope it was helpful, and I look forward to talking more about the Northern Virginia area on the next episode. Until then, enjoy investing, and I'll talk to you soon.